Hello crafters, this is Suzanne from A Creative Muse and I'm here with the Spellbinders Clear Stamp of the Month and die for March. This one is called Butterfly Burst. Let's just go right into it. So this is the Clear Stamp of the Month. You get butterflies with that flower in the middle, butterflies with this sort of a tulip-shaped flower, and you also get this wonderful label and some sentiments. This is all high-quality photopolymer stamps, and you have the option. You can do the Clear Stamp of the Month only or Clear Stamp and Die combo. I will list both options below so you don't get confused when you're picking your choices, okay? You get a coordinating die to cut out the butterfly, also the label. Let me show you what the label looks like. It looks like that, stamped out and die cut, and also coordinating die for the sentiments. So you could use these sentiments beyond this stamp set as well. Love. You have sentiments like the best is yet to come, have the best birthday, there's the best is yet to come, you are so kind, just a little high from me. When I first stamped this out, I had stamped it out like this. I used the butterfly right here with that flower in the center, and I took out some metallic watercolor paint. This is white Bristol Smooth cardstock, and I just painted in with that metallic paint. I did purple, I did yellow, and then I took some, I think it was Salvage Patina, watered it down and did like a watercolor around here for the butterfly. Took some Distress ink in green and did a little bit of ink blending and then sprayed some water, and also took out again, if you saw in the last video, the large die of the month. I've been enjoying the flowers from the large die of the month. That's right here. This is the flowering tree and collapsible card base. That's a large die of the month. I've been using these florals right there just to add a little something to the card. So this one is like the butterflies are out in nature. Super cute, and this is on an A2 card base, and I did curl the wings a little bit just to offer some flight and pop up the center. Here is the label. You could put the label on a card. You could use this alone. This is also with that same yellow metallic watercolor paint. You see it? Super cute. And this are heat embossed with black pigment ink and clear embossing powder. But after I did this version, then I looked at these stamps and I'm like, oh, wait a second. So now I went back in again and I stamped it down with alcohol-friendly ink. Notice how the black is not as intense as that because that is heat embossed. But I stamped it down. I can stamp these. So as you can see here, I did pink, a darker pink, and now my stamps are lovely and stained. Here I did blues. That's what you're seeing here. And this one goes for this set. These flowers here, they have different shapes to them, so you would just line it up. Use a stamp positioner to help you like a Misty. The other bits though, right here, I did use my Olo markers and color these in, okay? What you're seeing here, just to finish it up, because there isn't a coordinating stamp for that. So I have these extras to go. See, when you die cut it, you can use these on anything, projects, anything, outside of just making cards, and this wonderful label too. And here I used the embossing folder of the month. That one is Stylized Calla Lily. So that's the March 2D embossing folder, and that's that wonderful detail there. It looks almost like shells to me. Really, really pretty design. So that works so well with the butterflies in flight. Using some foam tape, I popped them up and I made a slimline card. Came back into my postage edge collection. Still loving postage edge. And this is the postage edge slimline dies, the largest one. So overall, this is 3 1/4 by 8 1/4. And I went blue in the background. And then here I did white cardstock. This piece I did with the embossing folder, and then I layered up my 2 butterflies and this sentiment. Oh, isn't this pretty? This card is full of wishes. That's from Thanks Enclosed Sentiments. Remember this from the 4-petal collection? Love. There we go. And I did print out the artwork for the front. It is 42 dies, okay? But in here, I couldn't read this. So here I saw that it was This card is full of wishes and I really wanted to use it. I was so curious to see how this would look and I love it, especially on a slimline card front. Isn't this fabulous? You have the two butterflies anchoring that wonderful sentiment. Here I brought in back this same royal blue with white glitter cardstock. I think it worked out fabulous. Here I used some opal gems. Spellbinders opal gems, just pop them in here. Normally I use the opal gems on dark cardstock, but on the white with the butterflies and the blue, I think it worked out well. If you're wondering what this is, let me just tell you real quick. That's one of my favorite little sentiment strips from Spellbinders. It comes from the I'm Here For You sentiments. Some places I think have this set sold out, but that's what I used here, and it does coordinate with the sentiments here in the stamp set. Okay, the coordinating die option if you wish, which I think is great because I could have also cut it out this way too, but I did want the little strip, so that's the other option too for the sentiments. Okay, crafters, I am hopping back into my video. It was almost done. I was cleaning up my work surface and I was picking up from the first video with the small die of the month. I had shown you that I had cut it again in white, so I had these two extra pieces. And then I had my bag of butterfly bits from the clear stamp that I had stamped out with some pink dye ink. And so what I did was when I put them together, I said, wait a second, I wonder if these butterflies can fit here. So I put the two white pieces down and I was like, oh, let me see. And they work. So then here is bonus card number 3 for the clear stamp of the month. Kind of like last month with the bunnies. See how it fits perfectly? So I could have stamped this blue and used that as well. Clear stamp of the month, butterfly burst, is working seamlessly with the small die of the month, floral butterfly card front. Now the center, when you put these two panels together, remember it makes an A2 card, 4 1/4, 5 1/2. There's that open center. And here I put the sentiment. This time, this extra piece from the stamp set, and I just showed you guys that I had colored this in yellow. There it is. Look how perfectly it fits in. I just glued it straight down. To turn it into a card, I played with the background color. And I took out like all kinds of colors and it just wasn't looking right. Then I decided, you know what? I'm going to pick up the pinks here. So I took a alcohol marker because I stamped this with alcohol-friendly ink. It wasn't embossed because when you do the embossing, it's not really good to use your alcohol markers on it. It will mess up the nib of the markers, and the nib are your tips, okay? So this is alcohol-friendly ink. That's why this is not as bright as that, because one has heat embossing and this one is just stamped straight on with ink. Then I decided, you know what? Let me pick up the pink. This piece fits perfectly. I mean, look at that. No problems. And this was down first before I tucked this in. And then I took out the sentiment, have the best birthday. And that's from here. And I stamped that with my black pigment ink. I also took a hot pink alcohol marker and my Olos in yellow and did that there. In the center here, just so it wasn't so stark, because this is a solid image, I took my black glaze pen and colored in here, here, and the centers of the flower. And then to finish it off, I took out my Pink Fresh Studio Jewel Mix, and I used a color that I have never used before. It's been sitting here in the pack. This one. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? This one had that black, golden, yellowy look, so I put it out here. I mean, it's darker. Not exactly black, but I think it works with the colorway because what I'm using, I'm just using remnants from my stash. So I'm just making the card work. So that's my bonus card from the extra bits that I have. So if you're in a rush, don't have time to die cut with the small die of the month, you can still have this panel ready to go like I had those two white ones. And instead of doing the whole butterfly, you could do this version as well. And you could still put the die just because here in it, or you could come back and then do this stamped image. So these two sets are working so well together. So I'm very happy. That was a happy accident. I tell you, the elf is working at Spellbinders. I'm telling you. Oh, this is just fabulous. And you could still use these flowers over here as well. Okay, crafters, so this is a fantastic comprehensive set, especially now that you can merge the clear stamp of the month with the small die of the month, all in this fluttering butterfly goodness. And what I really love about this particular stamp set is that Spellbinders took the work out of it for you. Meaning, most companies, when they do something like this wonderful pattern on the inside with the florals, normally you'd be doing that work yourself. This comes prepared. You can color it, you can stamp it, you can cut it out, and then you can also merge it with this wonderful lacy floral looking pattern as well. From these two, stamp and the small die of the month, along with the coordinating die, if you wish to get it. If you're going to cut this out, I would get this if you're going to use it in this kind of way, because when you do cut it out with this coordinating die, it fits on top of this space perfectly. And I'm talking about that shape. It fits seamlessly, everything, okay? So does this for the center. This is all fun, 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 butterfly goodness. Up next will be my Glimmer of the Month video. Stay crafty, my friends. Bye.